Okay, section 2. This bottom part is mostly just the manuals and literature section. Some are original military training manuals, some are reproduction, or they appear to be anyway. A lot of it is original books as well. This section contains a small portion of the 45 1911 parts. Lots and lots of parts that appear to be from D mills, but springs, plungers, some of it's new. We'll get to that in a moment. Bags just full of all the internal parts. This box is full of some Colt 22 Ace conversion units. The cans are full of barrels from World War II and some of the other internal parts, mainspring housings. We have lots of those. All of these boxes that you see are full of the parts. The long box in the back on the bottom there is a complete box full of USGI magazines. The plastic bags there are what appear to be import magazines, but they're so marked. Not trying to make them pretend that they're GI. These two sections are full of cleaning rods, rod sections, housings and such, up through this area. This entire section from this point forward across the top and all through this section and down here is all surplus M16 parts. Lots of internal parts. Gwen knows quite a little bit about what's here, but some interesting things as well, some older parts. There's pistol grips. All these boxes, and they're stacked 2 deep, are full of the left and right side of the triangular forearms. The A1 stocks, pistol grips, buffer tubes, bayonets. There's probably about 4 cases of M16 bayonets. That bucket there, the bottom part of it is full of the little insert that's put into the 20-round magazine to use with the military 22 caliber conversion kits. These packs are sealed from 1960, late 60s and the early 70s. There's 7 of the 20-round original Colt M16 magazines in those pouches. All of these are magazines through here. There's a few used, a lot of new, military contract, Colt, etc. This is just some inert ordnance that I've set aside here. Night vision periscope for a tank. This section contains some optics parts. There's an early, probably Vietnam era, maybe Korean era, military sniper rifle with stand and carrying case. The M49, I believe it is, spotting scope. This section contains most of the heavier machine gun parts, 50 caliber, 1919. Some foreign. There's some a few Maxim parts, the 0815 Maxims, very interesting. A few Pentals and T&Es. That's a dual setup for a 34 or 42 MG German machine gun. Some barrels for the 1919s, a 40 caliber or a 40 millimeter barrel, just some things like that. Also in the optics, there's 3 original M14 Leatherwood of the Art 2 sniper scopes in their original packaging, in the green clamshell cases, such as that. Also the Heinz Holt HK with the claw mount scopes, a few interesting foreign military scopes as well. This section is more of the M60 parts. Above it is miscellaneous canvas there, probably down to those stocks. This section contains military shovels and shovel covers. Lots of canvas shovel covers, some original, some older, wooden handled, some of the metal handled as well. These are all the 03 and 03A3 stocks, all in very good condition. Here's more of the 03 parts. For example, you know, mainsprings from Smith Corona. Lots of still new in the wrap parts, and that's what's in a lot of these boxes. These are cases of bolts that are new in the wrap. all the way down through the bottom here. All these cases, these two boxes are full of barrels. We've got more barrels we'll see in a little bit. These cans as well. These containers here are full of the 1911 parts, more of the same that we had seen there. Magazine catches, just all the internal parts to build 1911s. Most of it is all older military, some as old as World War I. There's more wood. The boxes on the bottom here, there's also about 3 cases full of the little grenade launcher sight that goes on the side of a carbine or a 1903 or a Garand that was, it's complete with the carrying case and instructions and the installation plate and the sight itself. These cases up here are full of cleaning supplies, mostly LSA. There's also different greases, military oils, rifle bore cleaner, etc. All from the military style stuff. The top sections behind me is full of canvas, mag pouches, slings, bandoliers, everything from map cases to pouches, just tons of canvas. This is the back side of the M14 things. These are the little grease pots, the little yellow grease pots that go with the Garands. There's an entire case full of those. I believe there's, I don't know, maybe a couple thousand of those. Just interesting stuff at every turn. This is marked case carrying field service. It's a complete and entire field service case for the M14. Laser engraved test bolt, firing pin protrusion gauges, head space, road erosion, flash hider alignment, all the go no go gauges. Pretty interesting case. Lots and lots of parts for cleaning kits for all of the different weapons as well. This case is full of TRW bolts for the M14, trigger housings, more trigger housings, you know, cases of trigger guards. We also have plenty of complete trigger groups as well. A few barrels that are brand new in the wrap, some used that we'll get to in a little bit. This section contains most of the Garand parts that are on the shelves anyway. Some 50 caliber barrels there. These are all mostly post World War II stocks. All these boxes are full of Garand parts, wood. There's just a few op rods here. There's a whole drawer full of them over there. But springs, there's 3 or 4 of the Springfield Armory Navy 308 Garand barrels, so pretty desirable, about $500 a piece. Wood. These cans are all full of complete trigger groups, brand new in the wrap bolts. Here, the sight parts, such as these. All of these containers over here are full of sight parts, pinions, drums, lots of early lock bar style, a few flush nut, really early. This is full of it as well as this. Very desirable. Lots of these cases are full of, and I think we've decided they were refinished and repacked, but those are all Winchester. These are all HRA. Trigger housings. These buckets are full of clips, the 8-round Garand clips, stock ferrules, and etc. Before we end this section, I'll just touch on this. Parts for the mostly the K-frame, probably Model 10 Smith & Wessons, just oodles and oodles of every internal part. This chest is full of unsorted parts. Probably from D-Mills. All these bags are sorted full of all the parts for Smith & Wesson. A lot of desirable early parts, target hammers, target triggers. You know, somebody has a bent ejector rod to go replace it. Lots of nice parts. This section is full of original Thompson parts, magazines. This case is full of blued original 30-round Seymour magazines. Stuff like this. This can is marked carrying for Thompson, and it's full of 20-round original Thompson magazines. Lots of internal parts as well for these. And at the end of this case is more stripper clips, which are sorted throughout the collection, but for everything from an SKS to 1903s, M14s, 223s, foreign stuff as well. We'll move on to section 3.